I haven't even put. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Both of those mediums. Just go out to either one. You can stream Black Focus Radio on YouTube. There's some other stuff coming as far as videos. Won't talk about it right now, but once it gets close, I will help you to it. I think you'll enjoy that as well. A lot of people are logging in and friending me on the show. That's great. I'm going to tell you, we're probably going to start steering everything to Black Focus Radio, the page. Okay? I'm giving you fair warning. A lot of the stuff that I post is on my personal page, David W. Coleman, but we're probably going to start steering stuff to Black Focus Radio page. All right? So just be aware of that. If you stop seeing me, like I'm streaming live right now on Black Focus, on my own personal page, but there is a Black Focus Radio page that will start looking to do things. And it's been out there for a long time. You know, it's I didn't make a group, I made it a page on purpose. So it's been there for a long time. All right? So we're going to start streaming on that page. Let me take a quick break while I let my co-host in. Be right back. All right, we're back. Come on, jump on in here, folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. As I was saying, we're going to start steering things to the Black Focus Radio page. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to start Monday. I'm not going to put it off. All right? I'm just letting you all know. So the live streams and all of that stuff will emanate from that page.
It's about to go down.
Okay?
Player.
I'm just letting you all know. All right?
You make it go down.
Yeah, I mean, the page has been out there for quite some time. We just, you know, I typically will post on my page because obviously I have more people that's on my page, you know, so.
Okay, good time.
I can't.
More people on your page.
So what I'm going to do
Your
is.
page is full of people.
Yes, of course. I mean, I'm Dave Coleman.
Oh my God. I'm so lucky to be hanging out with the Coleman.
Yes, you are.
I'm so lucky to be here with the Coleman.
And don't you forget it.
Everyone, let me introduce you to David W.
What's up? What's
Coleman.
up? No applause.
And
Just
the
money.
crowd goes wild.
No applause, just money. You know, no applause, just money. Okay.
We love you, Dave. You're
I know.
so wonderful.
I know you do. I know.
Oh my God, Dave Coleman, that's Dave.
Bow down. But anyway, before Robert brought his sarcasm to the party, we are going to start steering everything to the Black Focus Radio page. Okay, events, lives, and what I can do when we do a live on that page, I can just post it back to my page if I need to. So I'm just letting you all know that. So just be aware of that moving forward. Hey, Miss MPL, how you doing today? Glad to see you. I see Latanya is on already. Look, there's Mia. Evelyn is with us as well. So we've got people on right now from Nashville. We got people on from Little Rock. I've got a couple of people that's listening from California. So it's just a big old party. Spread the word about Black Focus Radio if you don't mind. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, and of course, we're gonna do our Black Facts here in just a moment. Robert, you got a big weekend planned?
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Sleep.
Well, you know, there you go.
That's the best thing in the
Hey,
weekend.
ain't nothing wrong with that. And then you got an extra day to do it too.
Yes, sir.
Man, you gone with your bad
I'm
self.
a sleep and sip. Sleep and sip. Sleep and sip.
Wait a minute, sleep and sip. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that terminology. What is
Sleep and sip.
what you sipping? Kool-Aid?
Straight up Kool-Aid,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Mixed with some Hennessy.
Okay, I'm not.
With a little dash of vodka. A little smidge of rum.
Okay, yeah.
It's about to go down.
Well, I suppose it will. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm thinking about. I'm going to go out. I could go out of town. I may stay.
Where is there to be on Labor Day other than Little Rock, Arkansas?
At the casinos.
Where is it? Good call.
Shoot, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Friday night in Tunica on seafood buffet. Boy, that's the real deal Holyfield, man.
I forgot about that.
I'm just saying,
It's
you
about to
know.
go down there, Coach.
No, I'm thinking about it. So,
Whatever you win, you got to split with me, though.
well, I'm a blackjack player. Let me just say, I'm a blackjack player. So, I don't claim it unless I'm successful at it. Now, let's be realistic. The house does win its share, but I win my share as well. You know, to me, I think blackjack is the easiest game to win. You know, which reminds me. So, you know, they're doing the casino over in Hot Springs, right?
In Hot Springs, you mean Palm Beach?
Well, no, they've already got the casino up and running in Hot Springs.
Oh, you mean they're ramping it up?
Well, it's been ramped up. You know, they're doing construction and but you know, when I first went over there, when I moved back, you know, they had that electronic blackjack. Couldn't touch the cards. I didn't like that. They were making you ante up $3 every hand, and I'm like, man, y'all ripping people off.
They gotta get
You know,
that cut, man.
because even though you win blackjack, you playing a $5 hand, you win blackjack, you still in the hole. You only win $2.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
gotta get that cut, player.
So then I went over there more recently, and you know, and I've been to casinos all over the country. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been to Atlantic City. I've been to Vegas multiple times. Obviously, I've been to Tunica multiple times, and you know, they always have a minimum bet. You know, I went to Hot Springs, and you know what the minimum bet for blackjack was?
$10.
$15.
They went up to 15. Jeez.
Okay.
They pretty proud of their
$15 this recent time, because you know, they've changed the rules now. Now they have real dealers now. You know, and that was one of the main complaints, is that this is not a real casino. So now that, you know, they passed the ordinance and there's a real casino coming, Hot Springs already had, you know, the infrastructure set up to do it. So they're already doing it. But what irritated me more than anything else is the fact that you're charging $15 a hand. Okay? And then they went up, later on, they went up to $25 a hand. And I said, man, y'all are ripping people off. I said, y'all, and I asked one of the stewards, I said, look, man, I gamble everywhere. Everywhere I go, they always have a $5 table. Everywhere I go.
Not everywhere, Dave.
Apparently not in Hot Springs. You know, apparently not in Hot Springs.
Hot Springs, so they proud of their stuff.
You know, so I said, so you all are basically saying you all don't want people to win money, because see, there are people.
Hot Springs say you got to pay for your drinks. We don't give a damn how long you stay.
Well, so they don't want you to win money, because you can sit down at a $5 table, and if you know what you're doing, you can walk out of there with $500 easily.
Yeah.
Easily. You know.
Really?
It's that if you know what you're doing. Now you got to understand how to play blackjack, and you got to understand trends.
I need to know how to cut. I need to know how to read cards, count cards.
No, I don't count cards or anything
Dang,
like that.
dang.
Oh no.
Dang, come on, Dave.
But
It's just me and you.
No, it's just a matter.
Dave, stop.
Rob,
Listen to me, Dave.
Okay, Rob. Okay. What? I'm listening.
You count cards, don't you?
No, I do not.
Dave, I wonder why you always be having a big wad of money. That's
No.
why you always got that wad of money.
I do not count cards, because
Dave.
I'm usually
Dang.
I'm usually feeling kind of right those nights. So no, I ain't
Dave,
counting.
you be counting cards, Dave.
No. It's really. I'm tell you a quick secret, and I don't mean
quick secret. Okay, all right, give it up. Here we go.
It's in blackjack. You gotta understand trends.
You call trend count cards.
No, I'm serious.
You're not gonna admit it, are you?
I'm not, because I don't.
You want to get banned from a casino?
Look, I don't. Look, you have to understand
Nobody's
trends.
listening to me and you, Dave.
Right, man.
We don't even have any listeners.
I'm trying
This
to.
is nobody listening.
Robert,
Because nobody's sending me text messages. Nobody's listening.
Robert,
Dave.
I'm trying to give a little hint. You know, if you go to the casinos this weekend.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
If I go to
Now,
the
if you
casinos with
look, let me tell you something. If you don't play blackjack, don't run into a casino this weekend and say, "Oh, Dave Coleman told me to do this, and I lost all my money. Because I ain't getting you none of
They're
it.
not reimbursing us.
Not one iota.
All right, so tell me.
What's an iota, by the way? But anyway, so you got to really understand trends. And in blackjack, you got to understand, if you have 1, 2, 3 hands in a row, you might want to bet high that next hand. If I win two, look, my motto is if I win 2 hands in a row, that third hand, I might double or triple my bet. Okay? That's how you win in blackjack. Because, and then the other thing is, when you've lost a hand consistently, 2 or 3 hands, you might want to bet low. That's how I do blackjack. It works, bro. You're playing the odds more than you are all that counting the cards and all that mess. I can't do that mess. But I just play the trends. And I do very well. There are times I go and look, and here's the other thing. You got to have a limit. Okay? So if you're going to go and spend $100, spend $100. Leave your purse or your ATM card in the car. I'm serious. That's how you win in this game. If you're trying to win your money back, you will never win your money back. Never.
Dang. Why you tell me now? Why you tell me this 10 years ago?
Well, I didn't know you didn't. It took me a long time to learn this too.
Okay.
So now
you don't try to win your money back.
no, well, I rarely lose money.
I love chasing the money.
Look, if I usually go, the max I've went to a casino with to spend, I'm gonna be honest with you, is $500.
Huh?
Okay, and here's why. Because I was gonna start blackjack with $100 a hand. I tore that tail up that night too. Let me just say, I did very well that night. To the point where the guy with the suit was standing there watching me.
If I'm playing $100 a hand, Dave, I gotta take me at least a couple grand if I'm gonna play that high.
If you know what you're doing, you don't need to. Because here's the thing.
I ain't trying to break a casino. But I do want that one wheel to come.
Right. But here's the thing. What I do, I'll say, okay, I'll throw that 100. If I got 500, the first hand, I'm gonna put $100 on that hand.
Just 100.
The first one. Okay. Just cards out the chute. Because I'm feeling lucky. Boom, I might hit. But if I don't hit, then I might back down to $25 a hand. Or $5 a hand. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, bro.
And then when the cards start flowing, if you're sitting at a table, and here's what I love about Tunica now. Tunica has two deck blackjack. I'll tear you up.
2-deck blackjack.
I will tear you up.
Why you time up a 2-deck blackjack?
It's easier.
Counting them cards.
I am not.
Hey, why would you just admit you count cards? Right?
I will tear you up in 2-deck blackjack.
All right, when we going to
I'm just saying, And like I say, it doesn't work all the time, but typically.
I'm going with Dave to the casino so we can test this theory. If I come back pissed off Tuesday, y'all know why.
I'm just
Are we
saying.
doing the show Monday? No.
No, we're not doing the show.
Monday. All right, cool.
Okay, it's Labor Day because I may not be back.
What casino you going to?
I'm probably gonna go to Tunica.
There's a lot of casinos in Tunica.
Well, I
You have a
usually,
preference?
I usually go to the Horseshoe. That's ever since it opened, the Horseshoe has the best odds. I just like
Does
the
they have
people.
the same odds at Ghost Strike?
Some of them are different.
Really?
Yeah, I remember when Ghost Strike was Circus. When they opened, see, I lived in Memphis, so I used to, man, I remember.
So you used to live, that's what you're saying.
Well, I
You had your permanent residence was the casino.
oh no, I didn't. I'm just saying. Or when I lived in Nashville and I would be bringing my son back to Memphis,
Okay.
I would never stay in Memphis. I would stay in Tunica because number one, the food was better. You could always get a buffet. On a Friday, because oftentimes I was coming back on a Friday. The seafood buffet at Sam's Club was the schnizzle. So no, I just, to me, and then of course for my bang for the buck, I had went so often. They always sending you free rooms or this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'll take it. So, but anyway, this is not but I'm just saying. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I know I'm gonna go fishing this weekend too.
Okay, when you win, call them to come down. You can bring me out something so I can get
Sure.
That's how you do your boy. Sure.
Yeah, I just said sure.
Expect a call.
Okay. But I don't know if I'm going, but we'll see. But I hope everybody has a happy life. And we started off saying that I'm sending. I don't know how we got off into that, but I'm saying we're going to start sending everything to the Black Focus Radio page. So you all be aware.
Get in and
that.
get you some.
Okay. 855-525-5683 is the number. I guess I need to go ahead and do Black Facts. So let me.
That would be good.
You know, I had one threat to shoot U.S. Muslim Congressman at fair. Oh, really? Okay. Something just popped up. I'll get to that here in just a moment. Because our news show is an active news show. So typically, things will pop up on the wall that I want to read, and I'll read it either in the break or scan it while Robert is talking to see if it's credible. We definitely got to give you an update on the rogue talk show host in Nashville, Steve Gill. That had the $170,000.
What happened with him?
I'll just quickly. And the other thing, since you brought it up yesterday, Robert, we're going to talk about this today. Poor black Catholic church victims receive at least $200,000 less in payout than the white ones. But I'm
not even going to touch that today because I got rolled up on by some Catholics. And when I say rolled up, I literally mean they rolled up on me, brother.
And they like jump out in smocks and stuff.
Man, that was one of them little green scooter things. Man. Hey, y'all, I got number love for the Catholics. We down like 4 flat tires in the snow.
So when I saw that, I said, "Yeah, this will be a good follow-up topic for my boy Robert." So I think that
I cannot touch the Catholic thing.
So I thought
Catholics have had it hard. They've suffered a lot in America, and I got number love for y'all Catholics. I love Catholics.
They've done what?
Protestants.
They've done what?
I love Baptists. I love all y'all, and I hope y'all listening to the show today because I want y'all to know how much love I got for y'all. I got a lot of love for you Catholics.
Oh boy,
I love Catholics. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to a parish and make a donation.
Oh, that's nice.
A whole 50 cents.
A whole 50 cents.
I'm just kidding. I shouldn't crack any jokes. I can't help myself. Okay, I gotta stop. I'm gonna get started again. I'm okay. I don't want to get mad at
okay. If you let me do Black Facts, I'll bail you out. Okay.
Black Facts, please.
Well, I've been on this reparations thing. I don't know why. I just think, when people, give free labor, they ought to be paid for it. It's this weird thing that I have in me. Pay me what I'm worth. And the other story we're going to talk about, we were talking about Georgetown yesterday. Georgetown administrators reluctant to implement student slavery reparations vote. I'm telling you, this show is prophetic, dog. I'm telling you, man. See, we talk about stuff on this show that I didn't know this article. Look, this article is dated August 30th, 2019. We talked about this yesterday, right?
Is it true what they say? That art imitates life.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah.
This has happened too much. That's really weird. But okay, let me go ahead and do this. All right. No, I don't want to allow it. All right, so the name of this article is For Financial Loss. Slave owners got reparations for financial loss after emancipation. Enslaved Africans got nothing.
No, that's not true. They got free. Then they went to the Catholic Church.
Stop. Don't mess it up like that. White Americans opposed to paying reparations to descendants of slaves might not realize their ancestors received them after their slaves were freed. According to an op-ed by Professor Tara Turner in the New York Times, President Abraham Lincoln paid white Union loyalists up to $300 for every enslaved person he freed. The reparations were made through the District of Columbia Emancipation Act. The District of Columbia Emancipation Act. According to Hunter, the largest individual payout under the act was $18,000 for 69 slaves. In other cases, slave owners petitioned state, local, and colonial governments for compensation when their property was lost or stolen. Remember yesterday we talked about AIG and all of those insurance companies who insured slaves as property. Hunter also cites the example of France forcing Haiti to pay them for decades after Haiti's successful slave rebellion that landed the island nation into decades of debt and still has not rebounded. And England paying slave owners in the Caribbean colonies approximately $26.2 million when it abolished slavery. Okay? That's right. Slave owners got reparations. Enslaved African Americans got nothing for their generations of stolen bodies, snatched children, and expropriated labor other than mere release from legal bondage. As you just said, Robert, they got free. As the debate for reparations for descendants, I'm going to start, by the way, Paul Sinkay, for descendants of slaves, by the way, the only ship that is known to have actually returned to Africa and with freed slaves, freed Africans who were attempted to be enslaved, by the way. Many white Americans, including President Trump, don't see it happening, nor do they think it should. But what position would they find themselves in if the roles were reversed? What if their ancestors, nor they themselves, ever got their just due? And that's our Black Fact for today. And if you would like to sponsor Dynamic Black Facts, call me up at 615-554-0568, and I'll hook you up with a nice package. Just quickly, you brought up Give Us Free. Jarman Hensu played Paul Sinkay. And to show you how connected. So when I write my novels, I write under a pseudonym.
You want to give us free?
That's not a pseudonym.
Dave, do you give us free, Dave?
I write under the name Dante Sinkay.
Dante Sinkay. Oh my God.
And the Sinkay portion, obviously D.C. David Coleman, but the Sinkay portion actually comes in honor of Paul Sinkay from the Amistad. That's where that comes from. So my next novel will be Dante Sinkay.
Dante Sinkay, they give us free. They give us free.
So, but good movie, by the way. I cried in that movie.
And who were they represented by? They were represented by who? John Adams, who was a what? A what?
A slave owner.
A Catholic? Oh my God!
Yeah, he was a slave owner.
Okay, I'm kidding, Catholics. He was not Catholic. I'm just kidding.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this story out of the way about the Catholics.
Yeah, let's talk about the Catholics.
Okay.
By the way, before you start the story, Dave, I need to say, I love Catholics. I love me some Catholics. Some of my best friends are Catholics.
This is just news, folks. Don't take it personal. Okay.
And if you do, it's Dave's fault because I don't know nothing about it.
Okay. Where is it?
Please go.
Oh, gosh, where is it?
Please go.
All right. Oh, here it is. According to the article entitled, by the way, this is on Blackstar.com. Poor black Catholic church victims receive at least $200,000 less in payout than white ones. We had to take what we could, according to one victim. Okay. Well, that's a double entendre. Black victims who received a settlement from the Franciscan Friars, sounds like a football team, order say they were given $235,000 less than white victims were rewarded for the same abuse claims. Two black men in the Mississippi Delta who say they were abused by clergymen were secretly paid $15,000 each within the past few months to remain quiet. The Associated Press reported Tuesday, meanwhile, white victims were granted an average of $250,000. By the way, this article was released April 28, 2019, so you can understand the context and the timing of this article. Okay? So y'all won't be saying, see, they just made that up. LaJarvis D. Love is one of the victims. Reverend James G. Gannon, who heads up a group of Wisconsin-based Franciscan friars, settled an abuse claim Love had against another friar for $15,000 during a meeting at IHOP with Love and his wife and children. He said, if I wanted more, I would have to get a lawyer and have my lawyer call his lawyer. Love said at the AAP, well, we don't have lawyers. We felt like we had to take what we could. Now, I hate to say it, but this is an uninformed black person. I'll explain here in a moment, all right? And he is not the only one, black or in his family, who had the same settlement amount. Love's cousin, Joshua Love, told the wire service he regrets taking the $15,000. They felt they could treat us that way because we were poor and we were black, okay? In 2006, the Catholic Diocese of Jackson, which includes the Love's hometown of Greenwood, Mississippi, settled litigation that included 19 victims, 2 black and others white, for $5 million. An average victims were given $250K. An official for the Franciscan Friars Order rebutted the idea that the cousins' race or low income status had an impact on the payouts they received. Absolutely not! Still, they acknowledged the Love's payout was insignificant compared to the white victims. We've hurt them tremendously, and no amount of money would ever account for what happened to them. So you're going to hook them up then, right? Yeah, right. No. The Love cousins, as well as Joshua's brother, Raphael Love, alleged they were continuously abused as elementary students at Brother Paul West at St. Francis of Assisi School in Greenwood during the 1990s. Joshua Love recalled being given the option of a beating or molesting. All right, so there you go, Rob.
I just want to give a shout out to one of the Catholic charities. What? Why are you looking like that?
I'm just
I don't like when you do that, man.
I'm just looking at you, man. That's all. And don't come asking for no money later on.
No, I just want to give a shout out to one of the Catholic charities, the Youth Foundation of the USA. I want to give a huge shout out to that charity. This is a lot of good work for you. Way to go, Catholics.
Just say I could be real mean right now, but I'm not.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying
I just want to give a shout out to them. That's pretty
it's
cool.
a youth thing for Catholics.
Yeah,
a Catholic for youth.
Yeah.
But that's an oxymoron.
What? Whatever are you speaking of?
I'm just.
Hey, we're not going to bash Catholics today because
I'm not.
My fault, Lord.
I'm just saying.
Hey, hold on. If y'all,
Let me
I ain't
ask you
saying
something.
nothing about
Let me
that.
ask you something.
Yes.
If Uncle Bob is known to have tendencies, do you let Uncle Bob babysit your children?
Of course not.
Okay, we're moving on.
Well, before we go, one more shout out though.
What?
I just want to give.
Did you get what I just said?
I did. I'm not touching that with a 10 football.
I'm just saying.
One more the East Welfare Association. I'm gonna give a shout out to them too for that. That's pretty cool.
What do they do?
A lot, man. They work with people on welfare. They help them
Kids?
get welfare. Yeah.
Let me ask you another question.
What?
If Uncle Bob is known to have tendencies,
But he's doing good stuff.
okay,
So you can't criticize him. He's doing good stuff.
okay,
And let me tell all my Catholic friends.
Okay.
I love Catholics, by the way. And I think the Catholic Church does a lot of good stuff.
you know what? If you really,
Salvation Army.
if you are really repentant,
United Way.
then y'all need to go to jail. I need
Dave, will
some of
you
y'all
stop,
in
Dave?
jail.
This is not what this is about.
I need some
This
of
is
y'all
my
in
penance,
jail.
Dave.
I'm just saying.
Dave, can you stop? I'm trying to make up for the mistakes I did yesterday, and you're not helping.
You know, jail will help you with that.
You're not helping me.
You know why I'm saying that? Because I have a story where this brother was busted for trying to steal $50 back in the 1990s. They just let this brother out of jail.
When?
Like recently.
He went to jail for what?
$50.
$50.
So I'm fresh out of sympathy for the Catholic Church and the dirt that they did to millions of people across this world. I have no sympathy for them. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm just saying. And why should I?
Oh man, aid to the church in need. They have an aid to the church in need too, man.
Good.
Catholics do a lot of good work. And it says that this aid to churches in need, it pays.
Have you ever had a girlfriend to cheat on you? But you didn't really know she cheated on
She
you?
never told me.
But all of a sudden you come home and
Smell something different.
she's cooking dinner, got flowers, them Nikes you wanted, you got those.
Everything just
And new golf clubs, you got some new clubs. No, it ain't your birthday, it ain't Christmas. She did a lot of good, didn't she?
Yeah.
Moving right along.
So they have a great thing called aid to the church in need, and it says it pays. Stop, Dave. Since the primary goal of the organization is to Dave, stop. It aims to help Christians in need wherever they are, repressed or persecuted, and therefore prevented from living according to their faith. So you know what that means. You know what that translates into, right?
No, help a brother out.
If you molest little boys, we got you. Seriously, it says aid to the church in need. I'm just kidding. It does not mean that, people. Will y'all stop? No, seriously. It just helps Christians. I didn't know Catholics were Christian, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't think they were Christian. How can you be a Catholic and be Christian? I thought that was the whole reason they broke away, right?
They broke away so they could call themselves Catholic.
So they could call themselves
But they
Catholic.
still
They still
worship
Christian.
Jesus as
Really?
Christians.
I wonder. I never seen a thing in the Bible where God molested a little boy. Maybe. Now I know he did turn water into wine. And he did turn a burning bush so the folks who didn't drink could get high. So maybe that's what he was doing to Meshach, Iraq, and Abednego. That's why he probably put them in the flames because nobody tell him he had sodomized it. What do you think, Dave?
I'm not entertaining your silliness today. I'm just not.
Hey, I just.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh.
No, Dave, because I don't want my friends. I don't want my friends.
I'm just not entertaining your silliness today.
I don't think
I'm
they're
just
listening,
not.
Dave, because I have yet to receive any text. I don't think
Yeah,
they're listening.
because you ran them all off yesterday.
I didn't. Because I love
You know.
Catholics. Some of my best friends.
Oh, no, don't say
Some of
that.
my best
No,
friends
don't
are
say
Catholics.
that. You
No,
never
seriously,
say
Dave.
that. You never say
And
that.
Dave, by the way.
No,
By the way, Dave. No, Dave. Seriously.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, Dave. By the way, we're gonna put one of the priests on our board, so we can say stuff like this, Dave.
On what board?
On our board.
Why?
Because we need him, Dave. Dave, the way they be throwing around money, we need them on our board, Dave. And Dave, if he touches you, we finna get paid, Dave. But you better be too old, Dave. You better just shave off all your hair so they can't see the gray.
Do I look like the touchable type guy?
Dave, that ain't the point, Dave.
It is
That
to
ain't
me.
the point, Dave. Just because you don't look touchable don't mean you ain't touchable.
Okay.
Dave, like they said on
All right,
Untouchables, everybody can be got.
I'm getting uncomfortable with this.
Everybody can be got.
Just stop. Just.
No, my friends aren't listening. That my Catholic friends are listening.
Okay.
I'm
So-
glad
so-
because see what disappoints me is that I'm trying to make amends here, and they're not listening to the show. I'm trying to make amends to the Catholics all over the world, and y'all not listening today. But that's cool. That's
Why
cool.
are you making amends for something that is true? That's like Janelle Monáe apologizing about what she said, and that was true. Why would you do that? We live in such a namby-pamby world now that you can walk up and say, "Oh, Robert, you got gray hair in your beard." And Robert will get offended. "I want an apology. I got gray hair, but you don't have to point it out. Yeah, I had gray hair."
Because I'm pissed.
Or, your little son really can't play baseball.
No.
He doesn't have one athletic gene in his whole ancestry.
My son going to the NFL.
No, ma'am.
He going to the NBA.
No, ma'am.
My son's
ma'am.
so good, he can play any sport.
No,
he can play
ma'am,
any sport,
no,
Dave.
no,
You just
ma'am,
hate Dave,
no,
'cause your son can't
ma'am,
play, Dave.
no, ma'am.
If I didn't know no better, I bet you was Catholic.
So then I'd have to apologize. I can't believe
They're listening. It says, "Please, Robert, close your mouth. Better to be quiet than to let us know your stupidity." So you thought Catholics are not Christian?
No.
So tired of this uneducated discussion. Move on.
See?
I want to apologize to all my Catholic friends. I love y'all, dude. I love y'all.
I warned you, but no, you couldn't.
I love y'all.
You just couldn't resist, could you?
Hey, listen, I love Catholics. I love y'all very much, and I'm glad y'all reaching out. And I just want y'all to listen to the show today because we're not going to say anything else about Catholics. No more Catholic references about Catholics.
I was just reading a story. Don't blame that on me. I was just reading a story. I found that interesting. And then the fact that the story was just published, you can't get mad at me because of a news story. Then if you do that, you Donald Trump.
You Donald Trump, and that's it.
Okay?
You Donald Trump up in this piece.
That's why I went, because when I looked at the story at first, I wanted to make sure that the story was timely. I didn't want to be reading a story that was from 2015. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So
read something that's recent.
The story was dated August 28th, which was 2 days ago, 2019. So the fact that the Catholic Church is abusing black people, but you paying them less, that ought to be a problem to all of us. If you're so repentant of your religion,
black butt is just as good as white butt.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to make a salient point, and I was interrupted by some Neanderthalic thought, if there's such a word.
That you cannot do that.
I'm just simply saying.
I just made a very salient point there.
I'm just simply saying that if you're a truly repentant as a Catholic church, what that diocese needs to do is say, hey, the white folks in this area got an average of $250,000. It's 3 of y'all. Let's go and hook these black folks up. That's all I'm saying. That's what you ought to do. In fact, you ought to be willing to pay anybody that comes to you.
Yeah.
At this point. Because y'all tentacles are so bad. We don't know the depth and the breadth of this molestation. Think about how long this. Look, you see, you don't got me on the soapbox now. Now that I think about it.
I didn't do that.
Okay.
I didn't do
so
that.
you think about this because I get tired of these, and I'm gonna be honest. Catholic people trying to pretend like, oh well,
stop it.
Let's not talk about it. Look, you all abused children for decades. Well, for all we know, for centuries.
Oh my God.
Okay? For centuries. And now you want everybody to just forget about it? No, I'm not forgetting about it. And then a story comes across the line that, hey, well, we abuse black kids too, but we gonna pay them less than we pay the white kids. Hell no, that ain't going. Homie, don't play that. Now, I'm done. Oh boy, that's
You okay?
yeah, that's like a good number.
But
too,
that is
right?
interesting though that you would pay the blacks less.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You abuse them in the same way. I'm just curious.
Abuse is abuse is abuse.
I agree, Dave.
So come off of your holy horse.
I am going to
Pun intended.
I'm going to stop right there
Okay.
because I love my friends, and I know my friends love me who are Catholic, and I think I'm gonna go be a Catholic priest. Well, I probably won't get in on the application pedophile, I'd have to check no. So, what?
Okay, you give me the shovel back. Give me this because you just keep
What?
digging. You just, I'm just.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna read this comment again because I think it's important to read it again. I think it's very important. Let's go back and find the comment. Oh, there it is. Please, Robert, close your mouth. Better to be quiet than to let us know your stupidity. So you thought Catholics are not Christian? So tired of this uneducated discussion. Move on! We are moving on.
You ought to be tired of say's abortion.
Oh my goodness. One of my friends is, oh my God, check this out. I texted because I wanted to know if he was Catholic. Because he always listens. So I said I wanted to know if he was Catholic, right? He says no. But I was at a Catholic funeral yesterday. And thank God that I won't have to endure another one. After I'm dead.
What?
He said after he's dead. After I'm dead. I mean, my God. And that wasn't me saying it. I'm just reading what the man wrote. That wasn't me. That was him.
Oh my God.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me saying that.
Okay. This show is devolving.
We will not be bashing Catholics on this show because that is just not cool at all.
That's just.
I gotta read that again.
No, please.
He says, no, I'm not Catholic.
Oh God.
However, I was at a Catholic funeral yesterday, and thank God I won't have to endure another one after I'm dead. Whew. Man. I wonder how Catholic funerals are.
Move it right along.
What kind of music they play?
I don't know.
Let me find Catholic music. Okay. Go ahead, please. Carry on, Dave. Let me find some Catholic.
White man who punched 12-year-old black girl convicted of assault but won't serve jail time. A hulking white man who hit 3 black girls earlier this year at North Carolina Mall and knocking one of them out was convicted of 2 misdemeanors. According to the Citizen's Time, David Stephen Bell, 51, pled guilty of misdemeanor assault on a child under the age of 12 and 1 misdemeanor assault on a female by pushing a 13-year-old girl during the incident. But another misdemeanor charge for pushing another 13-year-old girl at the scene ultimately was dismissed because prosecutors had trouble contacting the victim. But in all, Bell won't serve 1 day in jail for beating up those black girls.
Why not?
Bell was sentenced to 1 60-day suspended sentence and was placed on unsupervised probation for a period of 12 months. I'm going to turn your mic off here in just a moment, okay? So, anyway. You going to sing?
No. This is what you hear. I typed in Catholic funeral suggestion. Catholic funeral.
Okay. I'm killing your mic. Okay. Will you stop it? God, what is wrong with you? Have you been sipping before you got here today?
I get his point now.
Okay. I get his point too.
That's
Okay.
painful. I wanted to give you bullets with this song.
Just say that.
So they give you the gun or the bullet. I wonder which one they give you.
Okay, that's enough. Okay.
Jesus, that's painful, Dave. It's gotta be a better one, Dave. It's gotta be a better song.
Please spare us.
No, I'm determined now to find a better song.
Also, yesterday we talked about Georgetown.
Right.
Georgetown administrators reluctant to implement student slavery reparations. So as you remember, we were talking about Georgetown, and it was one of the many schools that was built on the backs of slaves, free labor. And about a year or so ago, they had decided that, hey, we're going to give all of their descendants free tuition.
But they did the research. They found it was too many, didn't they?
So let's read the article. Last April, a majority of Georgetown University students voted to approve a referendum calling for the creation of a $27.26 per student semester fee to benefit the descendants of slaves sold by the university in the 1830s, a move heralded as what could become the nation's first slavery reparations fund. 4 months later, the organizers and proponents of that measure are now crying foul, accusing administrators of dragging their feet and avoiding the steps necessary to implement the fund. As the measure stated, the fee would begin to be collected the fall of 2020. Activists reported on Sunday their second semester meeting with administration failed to produce any specific plans. The hesitation prompted a public statement this week from the students behind the movement, also shared on the student government's page. All right. So the bottom line is,
You ain't going to Georgetown.
Darn.
Your daddy worked hard. We ain't letting you in, Plop.
well, basically the $27.20 is if you've ever been to college, they used to, I don't know what they do now, but when I was in college, you got a little sticker every semester, okay? And it might have been blue, green, yellow, pink, orange, and you showed that sticker in order to go eat and go into, like, they'd have concerts or activities.
That's what's wrong.
Ugh,
That's what's wrong.
I'm not gonna read
Go ahead, read
it.
it.
No, I'm not reading it. I'm trying to have I'm trying to have a legitimate conversation
Okay,
here.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read
What's
it. right now.
wrong with him? Hey.
I'm not going to read it right this minute. This is cool.
But anyway, so you got charged an activity fee. So every student on campus would pay this activity fee if you were in good standing.
But that's what, see how they do black folk though? It's just like the Catholic not paying us what we work when they molest us. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, everybody take it, everybody do what's wrong.
We're all for that.
No, I'm just saying everybody does what's wrong. Okay. And Georgetown is a what? They're what?
But
they
here,
are a Catholic university.
But here's the thing.
Georgetown's a Catholic university.
Oh God.
You know that, right? Georgetown's a Catholic university. Dave, you do this on purpose? You did it on purpose, didn't you, Dave? You just wanted to bring that up, didn't you, Dave?
I did, bro.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
Oh gosh.
I should read it right now.
No,
I'm not gonna read it. I'm not
Can
gonna
I
read
finish
it.
the story?
Okay, go
Let me
ahead.
finish the story. But anyway, these were not the upper crust. I mean, these were not the administration. These were the students who voted on this. Okay.
The students said no?
The students are the ones that voted for the $27 fee to be attached to their tuition.
Hold on one damn minute. Hold on 1 minute. Now, my ancestors built your school.
Mm-hmm.
Then you let the other white kids vote to decide whether I got to pay more money or not. That's fair as hell, lady. That's so fair. I like that.
But they agreed to pay the money.
Who is they?
The white kids. They said, "Hey, look, we need to do something for those people who you sold as slaves."
Oh, I'm reading that wrong.
I'm trying to, if you would listen instead of listen to Hail Mary full of grace.
Hail Mary, full of grace. The Catholics.
So
They felt remorse.
let me try to read this again.
Well, let me ask you a question.
The student body.
The white slaves, do they get $50 and the blacks, do they get $43 and the black kids get $42, $27? I want to know that first before we move on.
I don't know.
Does it say in the story there?
It does not say that in the story.
Make sure, because I know how we always get shortchanged.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave. Please continue.
But it were the students of Georgetown who voted for the $27.20 fee. It is the administration who is dragging their feet. I only bring this story up simply because we had broached this topic a little bit yesterday. But again,
Smothered this topic yesterday.
but again, the way this particular author coined this phrase. This will be the first of its kind, which we know now it's not, because we know about the sister who was paid reparations in the 1800s. But this would be the first institutional reparations to be paid out. And sure, they're getting a pushback. You know why?
Yeah, because if you pay reparations, it's over, player. If you set the precedent, it's over.
Exactly.
It's over.
Exactly. And that's what they're trying to avoid. So I thought that was an interesting story.
Again,
Oh, God. I was hoping this hour was over.
you still got more left.
Gosh.
It only gets better.
Oh, gosh, no.
Hail Mary, full of grace. Let me give you another Catholic song while you're looking for it.
Nope.
Or we move to the
Nope.
next story. Or we move to the next story, Dave.
Simone Biles. Have you heard about this?
No, what's Simone do?
Her brother has been arrested for a triple murder. and right away.
He can't do no flips, can he?
Well, apparently not. But she posted on "Eating my feelings, don't talk to me" on Twitter.
She said what?
She said, "Eating my feelings, don't talk to me."
Eating my feelings. Don't talk to me.
That's all she. You would have been better suited. And the reason I'm bringing this up. I know we all go through tragedy, and we all sometimes we want to say things, but there's a place that you say things, and I think she would have been better suited just to keep her mouth closed. I know it's a tragedy. Because you've got, so let me give you the headline. This is why, okay? Because see, there's always people looking for crap on celebrities, and here's the headlines. And by the way, this is from a black outlet. Simone Biles posts cryptic tweet after brother arrested for triple murder. Cryptic tweet? How was that cryptic? It wasn't cryptic to me.
What she say? Eating my feelings? Don't talk to me.
Right. So
that means she's eating.
She's keeping her feelings about the situation to herself. That's what that meant to me.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant she was eating. You know how people when they get depressed they eat a lot. That's what I took from it. Eating my feelings, don't talk to me because I'm eating right now.
No,
you don't think so? Okay.
That probably is not what she meant. But
so it had to be what you think because you Dave Coleman up in this moment, right? You Dave Coleman, so it's got to be what you think. Oh yeah, I'm David Coleman. So what she meant was that she's eating what she feels about this. Right?
Top of the hour.
So don't talk to her. Yeah, Dave, you just like them damn Catholics. You think you know everything.
Well, they did give us Jesus. The white one at least. Anyway, her brother was a former enlisted person. This dates back to a New Year's Eve party where he came in and shot up the New Year's Eve party, apparently. And
who did? Her brother?
Her brother did. And the weird thing about it is, unfortunately, when you've got it's kind of suggesting that folks, I'm sorry. I put together a good show every day. Every day. Now, that sounds like the Methodist church I grew up in. Hell. So anyway.
That's sad, man. I see.
But anyway.
Let me show you the contrast. See, that's why I see.
But Simone Biles obviously has had a fantastic year. She's broken all kinds of records, performed a stunt that has never been done before a couple of weeks ago. And it's just tough to see this happens, but it just goes to show you that everybody is not the same. And unfortunately, she grew up, I didn't know this until I read this story. Her mother was, and it's so funny how things kind of track back to some of the things that we talk about on the show. Her mother was a crack addict. She was a victim of Oliver North and Ronald Reagan.
Who?
Simone Biles' mother was.
She was a friend of Ronald Reagan.
She was a crack addict.
Oh, crack addict.
She was a victim of Oliver North and Ronald Reagan. And her daughter, Simone ended up being raised by her grandparents. So I mean, you could see how all of that could have went wrong. So
the son is how old?
He's 24. He's older than her. She's 22.
He's 24, and he was walking to this place and he shot 3 people.
It doesn't give details.
So what you're saying is that a black man committed a mass shooting. See, this is why I say it's a conspiracy. Because white men been committing these things forever, and all of a sudden you got to kill the conversation. How you kill a conversation? You had a black man walk in and kill 3 people. Now think about it. You can put all the black men who walked in the buildings and shot people. You can put all of them together. They ain't killed as many white folks. I mean, you had one guy in Vegas. He killed what? 30 folks. I mean, come on, seriously, Dave. I'm serious. Come on now. Don't do that thing. Don't look at me like that. Dave, seriously.
Look at there. It's the top of the hour. All righty.
It ain't time yet, Dave. It ain't time yet.
Woo.
It is not time yet.
It's the top of the hour, man. Man, I just love the top of the hour when we get to take a break. Because we can take a break because it's the top of the hour. And then at the top of the hour, we're going to take a break.
That's funny.
Lord.
That is painful.
Lord. All right.
Somebody just text back because there was an altercation before that started. They don't be trying to make it seem like he just went in there and started shooting. Somebody got in him. He was at a club, Dave. He was at a club.
That makes it right.
He was at a club.
I'm just gonna go and kill me 3 people and wound 6 others. I'm
finna put spin on it, Dave. So there was an altercation. He was completely upset, and he blacked out for a minute, just like the cop did that ran into the building on Chester. He blacked out for a minute and ran into the building. So he blacked out, went outside, got his gun.
That reminds me, did you see the video of the cop who had the wreck the other day?
Yeah, I saw it. I was sitting there watching it.
What do you mean you were sitting there watching?
I was sitting there watching. I got a picture on my phone. I took a picture of it. It was pretty good. Yeah. I was sitting right there when he ran. Well, I got there right after he ran into the building. Okay. But he said he blacked out. He blacked out. That's what happened. Nah, player, you can't drive. He said he blacked out. That's how he ran into the building. He blacked out. Just like Charles Stark said, he blacked out too. He blacked out.
So we got a black it out problem.
Especially with black guys.
On LRPD.
They blacking out. There's something wrong with them. We're gonna get them checked for blackout.
We're gonna try to do that in the top of the hour break. We'll be back in a moment.
We'll talk to the chief about that on the 3rd about blackouts, won't we?
Yeah, we will. Are you having a blackout problem on your force?
Yeah, you have a blackout problem on your force.
We'll be back in a moment. And you know what else? There were people. The feed that I saw, there were people trying to defend the cop. They were trying to defend the police officer. It's just amazing to me. These can't do no wrong, man. I mean, come on, dude. You clearly, number one, you got out of your lane, came in incoming traffic. You know people are going to be making left turns. You should not have been, number one, you shouldn't have been flying like that.
1966, it's Mitchell Funeral Home. Understanding that funeral is a celebration of life, the entire staff of Mitchell Funeral Home takes great pride in the caring, personal, and professional service they offer. Cremations, funeral plannings, burial policies, life insurance, notary, and monument sales are a few of the services we offer. Mitchell Funeral Home, Arkadelphia, 870-246-2611. Mitchell Funeral Home. Quality you can appreciate, service you can depend on.
Hi, I'm attorney Theodore Thompson from the Thompson Law Firm, and I want to help with your legal matters. Whether it's criminal defense, bankruptcy, personal injury, or family law, I want to help you. I can be reached at 501-503-5095. Don't face your legal issues alone. You need an attorney whose primary objective is to provide you with the best legal representation. Our office address is 415 710 in Little Rock.
I grew up in a Methodist church, dude. Trust me.
I'm so glad I found the kick above.
Man, I tell the story all the time. We had a gospel choir at our Methodist church, and we were 40 and 50 deep. You know what I'm saying? And we would go sing in Baptist churches, and preachers would often remark, "And y'all from a Methodist church?" Because we have them up in there.
This is Alvin from Habibi's 4317 East Broadway in North Little Rock.
At one point, we had one of the largest, back in the early 70s, that little church, Bullock Temple across the street from Central. We had the largest youth department. I mean, we consistently had 40, 50 people performing every Sunday, whenever we sang.
Diapers, pull-ups, hospital beds, wheelchairs, Simply Fit, diabetic supplies, underpads, and more. Your durable medical supply center.
Hell to the old gold, hell to the black. The Little Rock Central High football Tigers are back. Head football coach Kent Left to lead the Tigers into a promising 2019 football season. Catch all of the great home game action. Join the Tigers for home games against West Memphis, Rogers Heritage, North Little Rock, Bryant, Cabot, and Fort Smith Southside. Former Tiger player David W. Coleman brings you all of the exciting play-by-play analysis. Hell to the old gold, hell to the black. The Little Rock Central High football Tigers are back right here on JohnNRadio.com.
You got it. He's Little Rock's answer to your aggravation. The Joy Network.
The views and opinions expressed today on Black Focus Radio are not the views and opinions of the station, its management, or its advertisers. Now, let's get ready to focus on our issues, our solutions, using our voices on Black Focus Radio.
Let's do it, player.
Welcome to Black Focus. It's our community, where we stretch it out issues, developing our solutions, using our voices. Central Arkansas and surrounding areas.
I have to tell you the story of I met someone yesterday. I have to tell you the story where I met someone yesterday that we know.
So here's your host, David
What she
W.
was dressed in.
and Robert Webb.
I'm so glad I had on shades.
You gotta tell me that.
And I feel guilty, but I'll tell you. Welcome
I
back.
need to know that now.
Welcome back to Black Focus Radio.
You should have took a picture.
Our issues, our solutions, our voices.
What's up, y'all?
By the way, I was gonna come in since Robert is in the mood today, so. I guess, it's not playing. Oh, I know what it is. So let me do this. You can talk on the beat.
Oh, okay. I'm just ready to hit it. I'm ready to hit it because it sounds like it's gonna be something good. Uh-oh, it's about to go down. Dave Copeland is about to make it go down in this piece.
But I was thinking about you when
See, why y'all? See, I think you'd be setting me. I was thinking about you when I was doing this. I thought to myself, this is something that I would do, so maybe I shouldn't do it.
I thought maybe you'd like it. I can't get it to play now.
Maybe a good thing.
Well, it might.
Y'all, Dave up to some nonsense, y'all.
I'm super. I was thinking about you. No, it's not gonna play. It has to be converted to a different file. But anyway,
What was it? Tell me.
I was gonna play the X-File thing because you got all these, these conspiracy theories. And stuff.
I have no conspiracy theories. I don't. But you talking about Georgetown when you was a Catholic university, and you know the issues that I had with my Catholic friends on yesterday. I think that was intentional. You're poking fun at them because the first two stories you did, Dave, were about Catholics.
Would I do that?
Yeah, you would. Dave.
I would not. I'm not that. I am not that smart.
I have tried to make up with my Catholic friends.
I am not that smart. I just happened to see the story came across last night. I said, "Oh, we were just talking about Georgetown. This will let people know that we are up on the latest stuff that goes on."
And
in
Georgetown is a Catholic university.
That has nothing to do with me.
Dave.
Okay.
Dave Coleman.
I just thought I'd throw that out there. Y'all like it. Anyway. 855. By the way, Xavier University no longer requiring SAT and ACT scores for undergraduates.
Which one?
In Cincinnati.
Yeah, because ain't nobody going there. Of course they would.
So I'm wondering how. No, it's not just them. It says more than over 1,000 colleges and universities have adopted a test optional policy similar to Xavier's. So this is the new trend, because after that debacle where they busted all those rich white folks cheating, I guess they figured, hey,
They don't want nobody else to cheat.
we got to do
I
something.
got a phone call from a Catholic.
White kids they've been cheating on SATs and ACTs tests for years. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. All right. Fed up Fox demolishes new claims about border wall. So Fox is turning on Donald Trump. Who cares? Big deal. Okay. You can't put the snake in the room and then apologize when he bites everybody. And that's basically what you've done, Fox. You are the main cause of some of this division, at least I would say most of this division that goes on today. If you would simply publish truth instead of lies, we wouldn't be in this mess. I'm just saying. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. So all of a sudden you want to turn on your loyal listener or your loyal leader. Also yesterday we talked a little bit about Steve Gill and and this is to show you white privilege. We talked about Steve Gill yesterday, and if this is not the epitome of white privilege, I don't know what it is. Steve Gill, I would argue that he makes pretty good money doing radio in Nashville. Okay? I would argue that he does. In fact, I know he does. He was behind $170,000 on child support. He didn't just get behind, he's been behind. But every day he did a talk show where everybody, if you wanted to find Steve Gill, you could find him on the radio. He never got arrested. Now he's $170,000 behind. Now, I know quite a few people who have been arrested for back child support, myself included. There was no bond. Okay? There was no bond. You know what my bond was, Robert?
No, what?
The amount that I owed, which was $3,000 for me.
You just have to pay it off?
I had to pay it all before they would let me out. There were no arrangements, none of that. And if it wasn't from a dear friend of mine, I'd probably still be in there because I wasn't gonna pay it. Because I felt like I was in there unjustly. I wasn't a father who didn't want to pay. I was a father who simply couldn't afford it. And what good did it do to throw me in jail? Just like the state of Arkansas and many states now said, oops, we made a smelly. We didn't mean to take your driver's license so you couldn't get to work. And now you're running around talking about, oh, well, we got this new program now that we can work out arrangements. Well, wait a minute. So you done got me fired. I can't get to work. Now you want to make arrangements with me to get me in more hot water. I don't know what that's called. So Steve Gill, he gets a reduced bond. He owes $170,000, y'all. How many of these athletes have we seen? Let me see. Both parties agreed in court Thursday to reduce Gill's bond to $50,000. So wait a minute, man. That just shows you how much money this guy makes. If he can pay a $50,000, he got the $170,000. But the poor little Johnny on the corner who's behind $300, you take his driver's license. I didn't see y'all take Steve Gill's driver's license. This is white privilege.
Oh, that's Catholic privilege.
I don't know if he's Catholic though. Anyway. But I wanted to throw that out there so you all, since we brought that story up, because there are a lot of people who don't believe, a lot of them who don't believe in white privilege. You know, I wouldn't believe in it either if I was benefiting from it.
Well, he did work for President
Who did?
Bush.
Who did?
Steve Gill.
Not that Steve Gill.
He did. Your homeboy. Yo, Steve Gill. He sure did.
What did he do for them?
He was the U.S. Trade Representative in the Executive Office of the President.
Not that Steve Gill.
Yeah, your boy Steve Gill. Your boy Steve Gill.
That's new to me, but where are you reading that from, bro?
Because on August 20th, 2019, he was failing to pay $170,000 child support to his ex-wife, as ordered by Williams County Judge James Martin. Steve Gill's current wife filed an order of protection against him. And for divorce on August 22nd, she alleged multiple instances of physical abuse, including pushing, grabbing, and blocking, as well as verbal abuse of screaming, name-calling, and threatening her and her family.
Oh, well, maybe it was that Steve Gill.
Yeah, man, that's your dude, man. Why? I don't know why you doubt a player, dog. I don't come to you crazy like that.
Another story, Twitter won't auto-ban neo-Nazis because, get this, the filters. See, I told you, you love you some Republicans. Listen to this.
Okay.
Twitter will not auto-ban neo-Nazis because the filters may ban GOP politicians.
What? Because GOP. That's even worse. That's even worse. That's even worse. I know you know what they just did, right? They just called GOP candidates racist.
No, they are. That's the point.
They just called them racist.
That's the point. They're posting stuff that is racist.
Oh my God.
That's the point.
Oh my God. What world do we live in?
As I said before, and I'll say it again, if you want to get rid of racism, white people have to do it.
This is a man's world, Dave. This is a man's world. This is a man's world, Dave.
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or girl.
Without a woman or girl. But this is a man's world, Dave. A man's world.
I just
This ain't a black man's world, but it's a man's world, Dave.
I just think that's ironic. I just really do that.
Yeah, they call them racist.
You see what I'm
They call them
saying?
a bunch of racists.
I mean,
if we did that, we wouldn't have any Republicans posting anything on social media.
God.
It would just kill everything.
That is just bad.
But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. So, but that's just for that to be public knowledge that the auto ban system, the algorithms put forth to limit some of the hate speech. They are afraid to do it because it will affect Republican candidates.
Screw them up, Dave.
Ooh, boy. That there is something else, Margot.
I'm not surprised at all, my brother.
Man, that's just crazy.
Not surprised at all, my brother.
Okay.
Dave, you didn't know the password. Come on, Dave. You gotta do better, Dave.
I know too many passwords. That's the problem.
You finally got it right.
Let me see.
And everybody, if you want to know what the password is, you just put in David Coleman is the man. That's the password, John.
No, it's the black man.
David Coleman is the man. So y'all just know that already. David Coleman think he the man.
All right, let's see if I can play my little song.
Yeah, 'cause you really choned the bit to let us hear this song.
All right. Yeah, because, nope. So, time to call the engineer. We'll have to call the engineer to fix it.
Dang.
Yes, sir.
Man, I feel for you right now.
That's all right, because I had it set up and ready to go. And
You had it queued up.
And
You had it queued up.
I had it queued up and ready to go, and it didn't work.
Dave had it all queued up and it would not work. So let me say something to y'all today. I really hope we made y'all laugh today. Because it's Friday, y'all. We want y'all to go into the weekend feeling good.
You got an extra day.
We had a good time listening to black folks.
Gonna-
Robert and Dave made us
Gonna
laugh
drink
so
some
hard.
Kool-Aid.
I was spitting at my desk. That's what we want y'all to do. We want y'all to spit at your desk.
Well, while y'all spitting, just remember if you're in the New Orleans area, Gary Landrieu is running as an independent candidate for governor. Here's what he said. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, we learned about protecting ourselves and defending ourselves because we were called a lot of ugly names as children. The right chicks of New Orleans said this. As an 8-year-old, they called me, oh, there's that nigger lover right there.
What? They didn't say that, David Coleman.
That's a pregnant pause.
I noticed that. They did not say that, David Coleman. David Coleman just making up stuff now.
Now, this guy is the cousin of New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu. You remember this guy is the one that came out a year or so ago with a passionate speech about racism and bigotry. It actually was a great speech. He's also the cousin of Senator Mary Landrieu as well. The problem I have with this, and I'm going to tell y'all again, my white Catholic friends and my white friends, I'm just going to say it again because I think it's worth reinforcing that you, white person, there is never a good time to use that word.
What word? The N-word?
Never.
Come on.
For you.
There's got to be a good time for them to use it.
Never.
If they're around their friends. If
Never.
they're around a bunch of white people.
Never.
If they're around a really close dude that they know that he's black.
Never.
If their kids are in dating, it's just them and their wife.
Never.
What about their wife? Could she use it sometimes?
Never. You can't use it in a song. You can't use it in a bong. You can't use it on your head. You can't use it in your bed. No, never, never.
Dr. Seuss.
There you go. I was channeling.
Black Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yeah, I was channeling the cat in the hat right there.
And then so do you think it's fair that they can't say the N-word, they can't say nigga, but we could say cracker and honky and everything else? Do you think that's fair?
I don't say either one.
You don't say cracker or honky?
Nope.
You know, for a long time I didn't know what a cracker was. I really thought a cracker was a cracker. I mean, seriously, I did. No, seriously, I did. I used to, when I was younger, I used to hear people say that, right? These damn crackers. And I would be thinking, what did the crackers do to people? What did the crackers do? I mean, seriously, I did not know. I did not know, man. As a kid, you don't know. As a kid, you don't know racial slurs.
There are some things you just need to keep to yourself.
As a kid, you don't know racial slurs. You learn that, man. You learn what those slurs are. I didn't know what a cracker meant. They were like, crackers. And I was like, what do crackers do? Oh, the crackers. I love saltines. I don't hate saltines. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's fine, man.
I love Ritz Bits.
I love Ritz Bits, man. I ain't never heard nobody. We ain't know about no Ritz, man. We only knew about saltines.
Y'all didn't have Ritz?
Nah, we ain't had no Ritz. We had saltines. And on the box it said saltines.
We had Ritz, but you knew not to eat them.
We had a Ritz.
Because, see, my mom was a caterer, right?
It wasn't a Ritz.
So she would always make pedophores and you know, hand stuff, you know, finger food for people to eat.
Yeah.
And Ritz crackers was one of the things that she would use. So, so you knew that when you looked in the cabinet and there was a box of Ritz up there,
yeah,
you didn't touch them Ritz.
Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. This is what I love about being black. You ready? So when I was growing up, every summer we would stay with my grandmother. My grandmother worked at the school. So my grandmother was off during the summer, so she was like the official babysitter, right? But every morning we wake up, we'd have bologna and rice. We have bologna because my grandfather worked at Snoopy Hollow. We always had bologna and salami. Always. That was like the steak right there, right? But when company came in, like my uncles or aunties came, dude, you know what we got then? We got some fried taters with onions. Baby, that was like, woo!
Those are called smothered potatoes.
No, we call them fried potatoes, though. And when they would come, because we had an auntie named Aunt Melody, we didn't like her. And I didn't like her in particular. But when she came, I knew what we was getting. So I would take that little sloppy, nasty kiss she was going to give me, because I knew. So let me tell y'all something. I'm going to share this story with y'all. I never share this before. I'm going to share it right now. So I quit eating rice for a very long time. And the reason I quit eating rice is that when Aunt Melody would come, she would sit at the table and she would start eating rice. Right? She would start eating breakfast. And so everybody knew, get to the table early so you don't get to sit directly across from Aunt Melody. Let me tell you why.
I was going to say, you don't have to tell me why.
So I'm sitting there, I'm eating my rice, eating my bologna. I'm eating up some stuff, man. I'm eating it. And all of a sudden, Aunt Melody kicks her teeth out of her mouth. And she kicked her teeth out of her mouth, and they landed perfectly in my rice, touching a little piece of my bologna. Right?
She was just trying to chew your food.
And I said, Madea! And she walked over very calmly. She took the teeth out and said, finish eating that rice. And then one of the little pieces of rice that was on her teeth fell into my little, and I couldn't find it.
Because they all look alike.
They all look alike. She made me eat the rice. Dude, I quit eating rice, dude. I quit now. I ain't had no choice but to eat rice up until I got grown. When I got grown, I would not touch rice. I wouldn't eat no rice, man. You couldn't give me no rice, right? Man, Aunt Melody, I did not like her. And so everybody knew, do not be the last one to the table, because that one seat across from Aunt Melody will be wide open. It'll be wide open, player. You do not want to get that late.
I just sure hope Aunt Melody ain't listening to the show today.
Aunt Melody's passed on. God bless her. She up in heaven now, spitting her teeth in somebody else's rice.
Well,
it ain't mine.
She got children.
I love Aunt Melody, but they ain't listen to the show today. And if they are, they know how their mama was. Well, her kids will be so old, it'll be their grandkids now. Their grandkids.
I can't believe you talk about my G-mom.
Yeah, you know your G-mom used to spit her teeth out. But I love me some Aunt Melody. Mama, don't text me. I love Aunt Melody. You know I love her. But yeah, man, she spit them teeth in my rice. Man, that was the ugliest thing in the world. Just right there in my rice. Man. The teeth just sitting right there in my rice. And my grandmother walked over, cool. She said, finish eating that rice.
You didn't say you didn't want to.
I did.
Because you probably get a beat.
Nah, I said, what deal? She said, put your back.
You can say nothing else.
And I
but you-
looked at her like, really? So my grandma knew how to get me right. She went over to the pot. She got some more potatoes. She walked over, put some more potatoes on my plate. And I looked at it. I know what she was saying. Mix that rice and potatoes up and go to town. That's what I did. I mixed it all up and I ate it, dude. But it was terrible. But I did try to corner that little piece of bologna off. But the bologna was so good because she had burnt it for me.
What's bologna?
You don't know about bologna, man?
No.
Dave, your black card has officially been revoked.
Bologna?
Your black card is revoked, Dave. Bougie Negro.
Oh, that was called steak in
It's
some
called
houses.
steak for black folks.
Yeah. Black folks steak.
My bologna has a first name.
Get you some, no, you couldn't get Oscar Mayer. You didn't want that. You had to go to them stores that had them butchers in the back.
Yeah, cut
and
up some bologna.
let you cut it. Man, give me 3 slices of bologna.
Give me
Why
some-
do they call it bologna
give
when
me
there's
some
not
cheese.
an I-E or a Y? It's actually pronounced bologna.
It's bologna.
Okay. So much for that.
We have to take your black card. Keep it up.
You know, but anyway, you would take back in the day. You get having to cut you some cheddar cheese, cut you 3 slices of cheddar cheese, cut you. I'm serious. This was some good eating back in the day. Cut you 3 slices of bologna, and go buy you some Jackson vanilla wafers.
Ooh, baby, you talking about some good eating?
Man.
Be more careful.
Man, I'm telling you,
I'm
babe.
telling you, when you really got some money, you go down there and get you a pound of hog head sauce.
Oh, and
I
I forgot about the jungle juice.
You gotta have the jungle
You gotta
juice.
get the
You
jungle
gotta
juice.
But now, when you're really pissing and tall cotton, you go down there and you get you some hog head cheese and some saltine crackers. Let me tell you something, man. Me and my uncles, I went down there and got 3 pounds of hog head sauce one day. And me and all my uncles, we sit outside and we ate them 3 pounds of hog head sauce. And we got out to the last piece, we was all looking at each other. And the look was not like, who gonna eat the last piece?
What the hell have we done?
Nah, the look was like, who gonna go get some more? Because we ain't had enough. We ate about 9 pounds of hog head sauce. And the bad part was, we had them saltine crackers, brother, it wasn't nobody saying nothing. It wasn't no conversation going. All you heard was, and you heard them beer cans pop. That's it, man. You ain't had nothing else, man.
No.
And the bad part is, I know we ate some flies. Because the flies was flying around that hog head sauce, we was still eating, man. It didn't even matter. It didn't matter. Didn't nobody care. We was still eating that hog head sauce.
That's some nasty stuff, man. Ugh. Now I did like liver loaf though.
Liver loaf is too bomb. But
Yeah.
I didn't really care for liver loaf.
I like liver loaf
I
now.
like salami. I like the ham and cheese loaf. Now let me tell you, my mom used to buy the ham. She used to go to Mike's Grocery up there on Ashland. Mom used to go and she used to buy that. She used to buy all this meat for the summer, right? She bought a couple pounds of bologna, a couple pounds of salami. This is off my grandfather pack. A couple pounds of bologna, a couple pounds of salami. What else? Oh man, you name it. And then she get her a pound of ham and cheese loaf, right? Just for her. So dude, I be thinking to myself, man, if I do this right, I could stretch this out where I could eat like, I could eat like 1 sandwich a week. But the thing is, man, when you fry that ham and cheese in that butter and that cheese melt, and then you put it on that sandwich spread, oh my goodness, it's just too good. I said, okay, I'm gonna get one more and I'm not getting there next week. Woo, man, that ham and cheese loaf was so good. That ham and cheese loaf be gone in 2 days. Because now I be killing that ham and cheese loaf. But what I had to start doing, because I wanted to make sure that, my mama wouldn't blame it on me, I had to put a piece of bologna and salami in between my ham and cheese loaf. So that way, I had to make it look like we was eating bologna and salami too, and I had to blame it on my sister. It never worked though, but I still tried. God bless. God forgive me for doing that to my sister. But I love you if you're listening. I love you.
And if you're Catholic.
If you're Catholic, I mean, yeah, of course.
Hey.
Catholics don't eat bologna though.
They don't.
No, they don't eat bologna. I don't know. They don't eat bologna. I'm not gonna do this with you, man. I'm not gonna do this with you. I'm not gonna do this with you. I'm not gonna mess with you.
I came in here.
I'm not messing with
No,
Catholics.
I came in here trying to have a good show.
I'm not messing with Catholics.
I came in here trying to have a good show, and you came in here with this mess. I was just referring back to the show from, yesterday. By the way, check this out. A Maryland man is struggling to pick up the pieces of his life, which was shattered by a critical mistake that landed him in jail for nearly 3 months. He's now speaking out. What do you think he did?
I don't know what he did.
Okay. Leon Halton said he's since lost both of his jobs, doesn't have insurance, and his credit is in the toilet after U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials thought the bottles of honey he brought back from his native Jamaica was tainted with liquid meth.
It's kind of like the bird, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the bird there. I wonder if they ever found that damn bird, by the way. We need to call and find out if they ever found that bird. But go ahead. We got to call and find out if they ever found that bird.
So basically, he spent 3 months in jail. The weird thing about it, apparently Halton had just landed in Baltimore following a Christmas visit to relatives in Jamaica. He soon found himself in the custody of CBP officials who detained him after they claimed he was trying to smuggle in not honey, but drugs. The Maryland man recalled the moment 2 police dogs started sniffing his luggage, a curiosity he thought was sparked by the leftover KFC bag meal in his bag. He was surprised, however, when authorities seized the bottled honey purchased from his native roadside stand in Jamaica. I saw them come up and handcuff me and take me away from my suitcase. So I said, "What's your problem?" That's when officials informed him that the honey tested positive for methamphetamine. Now, if they
hold on, wait, what?
If they used one of those,
They use the same test that they use on the bird food.
there you go.
Hey, man.
There you go.
Ooh,
He said,
finna get locked up.
"I only have honey." He was then carted off to jail, where he would remain for 82 days. It would nearly take 3 months before the charges were dropped, and a second round of lab tests concluded that there were no drugs in the honey. Man, they took that honey home and used it. Okay? Someone dropped a ball somewhere. An innocent man spent 82 days in jail for bringing honey into the United States. He about to get paid. And he really going to be importing some stuff. And he from Jamaica too? Man. Hey, man. Hey, man.
Pass the Dutchie on the left, on the side of the middle.
Oh, gosh. That's interesting.
Hold on.
They'd have never did that to a white
Hold
boy.
on, man. So you telling me that you got a guy who got arrested for having bird crap on his car that tested positive for cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a black dude coming into America that tested honey and test positive for cocaine. So you know what that means. See, this is why I don't leave the country. I'm not letting y'all not let me back in. I'm not gonna let it happen. All y'all folks who want to leave the country, y'all go right ahead. See what happens when you get back in. They're gonna lock y'all up.
You know, it's funny you bring it up because myself and a friend of mine was talking about that very thing, about leaving the country, and both of us said, you know, I'm probably not going to leave the country right now.
I ain't going nowhere, player.
You
They ain't
know,
letting black folks
because
back in.
I meant to bring up the article yesterday where they are actually, if you are in the military
Yeah.
and you have a child
Okay.
outside of the United States,
Okay.
have you heard this?
No.
Why are you laughing? This is serious, Robert.
Okay, good.
If you're in the military and you have a child outside of the United States, the Trump administration is saying that they may not be American citizens.
American sperm ain't no good no more.
I'm just letting you know. You might not be
So
going.
they said if you're American and you have a baby anywhere outside the United States and you are an American citizen, that baby's automatically American.
It's supposed to be. And you got to understand also, let's say you have, if you are in the military, see, this is what makes it so sadistic, is that if you're in the military, you're outside and you might have your spouse in one of the military institutions around the country. That is considered American soil, no matter where it is. So if your wife has a child and you're in the military on the base, by the base doctor, you're saying now that child may not be an American?
Does anybody see the irony here other than me? Okay, we're talking about a man who has a wife who's not from this country.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about
Hold on, brother. I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You said if a brother's in the military and he over in Uganda somewhere on the base and he have a baby with his wife, that baby might not be an American citizen. However, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone, Dad, because okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone because it just makes no sense to me.
You're exactly right. It
just
doesn't
makes
make
no
any sense.
How is this brother gonna say that?
So here's the story.
Where's Trump from?
He from somewhere.
I want to see his papers.
You know.
I don't believe he's from here. I want to see his birth certificate. Can I see his papers?
No, you ain't. He ain't trying to let you see nothing right
I need to see that. I need to see his papers. So everyone, whenever you post anything about Donald Trump, make sure you put, we need to see his papers.
So you thought I was playing when I told you about the guy who spent 22 years in prison for robbing for $50.
No, you kidding.
Okay.
When was it? 1851.
Let's play. You know what?
1851.
We need to start playing guess. I'm thinking about a new show.
What? Guess what?
I mean, a new bit on the show.
All right, what you got?
Guess the state.
That would be cool. Let's do that.
Okay.
So what we gonna do though? What we gonna do though?
I have to come up with some of it. I'm gonna start because see, some of this stuff is so ridiculous, but then some of it is so ridiculous that you know what state.
You know what
it
state
is.
it is. Okay, give
You
me
know
this
what I'm
one.
saying?
Give me this one.
All right.
Let's see if I can guess it.
A man sentenced to life without parole for a $50 robbery.
Mississippi.
No.
Really?
Can I finish?
Okay.
You have to finish the story first. Okay. Is getting a second chance after a judge altered his sentence, ordering his release from prison. So I guess they're giving him time served. Alvin Kennard was just 22 years old when he was sent to jail for the last time. Okay. The now 58-year-old has served 36 years. And I won't give you the name of the place, for first-degree robbery.
Took $50.
He took $50. On Wednesday, Circuit Court Judge David Carpenter re-sentenced Kennard to time served. Oh, that was mighty wide of him. And ordered that he be released from prison.
Judge Kennard? Louisiana.
No. The victim's name was Kennard.
Oh, okay.
The judge's name was Carpenter. The man found himself behind bars after sticking up a bakery in 1983. With a knife, he demanded the cash and managed to make off with $50.75 from the business. With a prior conviction for burglary already on his record, he was sentenced in 1984 to life in prison under the state's Habitual Felony Offender Act. Man, these folks have been getting over on folks, man. At the hearing Wednesday, Kennard's attorney argued that under the law of the state, current sentencing guidelines, her client would have received a maximum of 20 years. I mean, they gave this brother life for robbery. Okay?
Okay, so do I get to guess now?
Yeah, give me another guess. You already guessed two.
All right.
Hell, it ought to be obvious now.
South Carolina.
Nope.
Read it again.
Why do I need to read it again?
Fine.
The guy got sentenced to life in prison for robbing a store
And it wasn't
for $50.
Mississippi?
And he was black.
And it wasn't Mississippi?
Wasn't Mississippi.
It's in the South.
It's in the South. The other one ought to be obvious.
Texas?
No!
Arkansas?
Nope. Guess again.
Man, I'm never going to get this. I'm trying to think. Who have I missed in the South? If it ain't Mississippi, they Louisiana. Louisiana like a bear, man. Tennessee?
Nope. Guess again.
Georgia. North Carolina. Virginia. Man, really, Dave? California.
Oh, that was... No. California.
New York.
Under Giuliani, you never know.
That's true. So it's in the South. Missouri.
Although one of the most racist states that have been undercover for years. But no, it's not Missouri.
In the South. I'm thinking South. Said Texas, said Louisiana, said Mississippi, said Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. Nope. Tennessee, I said already. Georgia, Alabama. Alabama?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Alabama. You danced all around that, dude.
I don't know how I missed
When you said Mississippi, the next state.
Alabama.
No, when you say Mississippi, when it comes to racism, there are three states that jump to mind for me: Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Them states right there.
You can't leave Arkansas like that.
Well, no, I'm just saying. But when I think about horrendous bigotry and racism, look, Arkansas is definitely
Arkansas?
no. They're on the list. But I'm thinking lynchings.
Arkansas, they have polite racists.
Well, they have what I call undercover racists.
They don't call you a nigga, but they treat you like one.
You know, so, but yeah, when I think of stuff like that, this ain't what I'm getting a foul supply. But when I think of stuff like that, no, I'm thinking, you know, anything other than.
I didn't make a phone call before we go there. We need to call and see if they got that bird.
No, we're done with the bird.
Why didn't you want to find out they got the bird?
I don't look. Apparently,
Why don't you want to find out about the bird?
because I'm a little irritated. I can't get my files to play.
It ain't my fault, Dave.
It's somebody's fault.
I ain't got nothing to do with the file, Dave. I need to know if they got the
That's
bird.
gonna really irritate me from my show anymore. But anyway,
Oh, you can't play your music.
that's right.
So what are you gonna do with yourself?
I'm probably gonna sing.
I'll make sure I don't tune in in the morning.
I'll be singing Parliament tomorrow.
I'll make sure I don't tune in in the morning.
You know, in the Funkadelic.
That's gonna be painful. I'll make sure I don't tune in.
So
That's gonna be painful.
yeah, I can sing.
I got a text. Thank y'all. See, we got some well educated listeners. It said guidance issued on the birth overseas. USCIS issued a clarification to the rule later Wednesday, explaining that the new rule will only affect three categories of people. Three categories: children of
Black,
non-U.S.
black,
citizens,
and black.
children of non-U.S. citizens adopted by U.S. citizens, government employees, or service members of children of non-U.S. citizen government employees or service members who were naturalized after the child's birth, and children of U.S. citizens who do not meet residency requirements. That's real simple.
Say that again.
It says three categories: children of U.S. citizens adopted by a U.S. citizen government employee
Okay, so that
or
means
service member,
so that means if you go over there and you see a cute little baby
and you adopt
and you adopt them, then that child will not be a U.S. citizen.
no.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Especially because we don't need more white people going over there adopting black children and bringing them back to America.
Another form of slavery, though. Children of
You think?
non-U.S. citizens, government employees,
I can point you to
or
some
service
stories.
members who were naturalized after the child's birth, and children of U.S. citizens who do not meet the residency requirements.
So if I was naturalized and I went and fought for you, you're saying that if I have a child, my child will not be an American citizen.
Yeah, if you are not naturalized beforehand. You have to be naturalized before conception.
Okay, so why am I fighting for you then?
Hey, what that mean? Black folks did that. They wouldn't have fought for folks. We wouldn't fought in Germany. We wouldn't fought the Germans. They made the Germans sit in the front, put us in the back. Come on, Dave.
I'm just wondering.
America loves hypocrisy. Stop it. You know that. You know that. Don't do that. Don't be insulting, my friend.
Well, at least they clarified the policy, I guess.
It don't matter. They're still going to do what they want to do. Whether you want to do it.
Here's another story. We got a couple more minutes before.
What you got?
A black vote for Trump is mental illness.
Oh, God. People stop.
Guess the state. I think this guess the state thing would be pretty cool.
A black vote for Trump is mental illness?
Mm-hmm.
So you saying guess the state because what? It was written by somebody in a certain state?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. It was actually put up on a marquee at the New Era Baptist Church in so and so.
New Era Baptist Church. New Era.
The pastor's name was Michael Jordan. I'd call this a slam dunk.
Had to be North Carolina.
Nope.
Chicago.
Nope.
You said guess the state. Illinois.
Guess again.
Not North Carolina. Not South Carolina.
Nope. Guess again.
Alabama.
Ding, 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 ding.
Alabama just owned it today.
I'm telling you. He also said on one side of the message board, it declares a black vote for Trump is mental illness, while on the other side, a white vote for Trump is pure racism.
Why black folk can't be racist too if they vote for Trump? Why it can't be the same thing?
We've already discussed what racism is, my brother. Racism is a what? Girls and boys.
You want to keep holding the black
It's
man
a
down.
social.
Why you keep holding the black man down, Dave?
Okay.
Why are you holding the black man
He
down?
says, God motivated me to take a stand on what's right.
God motivated
And you know, I got to give him credit for this at least.
Why?
Read the Bible.
Why?
If they call me a racist, look who's in the White House.
Is he black?
Yeah, he's black.
So why you give him that kind of accent?
When you support Donald Trump,
That's how you use it. That's how you use it.
you support institutionalized racism. You know what?
Dave, you're not feeding to the black studio.
At least this brother is not being kowtowed by some nonprofit or some money that a white politician is throwing out at you.
You will be soon, though.
At least he has the courage to put it out there. You know, he could be campaigning for a check. I don't know.
Can you blame him?
But,
I hear the Republicans pay good.
you know, people are upset at him too.
Look at leather and lace. You not gonna play no leather and lace for me before we get up out of here? Let me see if I can find something.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he did that. And you know, if more black religious leaders would come out and stand on what's right instead of standing on someone else's checkbook, we'd be a lot better. We'd be a lot further along, in my opinion. You know, I'm just saying, don't get your panties in a wad because I said that, black ministers. Not saying that you wear panties either. Maybe some of y'all, but I don't know. But y'all need to stand up. That's all I'm saying. 855-525-5683 is the number. That's how you get in.
Stop it, Dave.
You know, so there's a mom who said LA police shot and killed her mentally ill son in Costco. He shot her too, and he shot the boy's father in Costco. And apparently he won't face any charges. But again, y'all have set this up so they could get free reign, that they could be they could be, you know, godlike. So you heard about the Mississippi governor, right?
Where you from?
Okay. Where is this from? Governor Kay Ivey, if you know your governors, you know the state, released a statement on Thursday apologizing for her role in a skit at the Baptist Student Union party in college where she apparently wore blackface. Ivy said she doesn't remember being part of the skit or the radio interview with Auburn Student Radio Station where she talked about being part of the skit 52 years ago. Let me ask you something, Robert. You've done a lot of crazy things in your life.
Thanks, Dave.
Do you remember them? The ones that you weren't inebriated.
No.
But you remember most of them, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how quickly racists forget they lose their memory. It just boggles my mind. She said, even after listening to the tape, I sincerely do not recall either the skit, which evidently occurred at a Baptist Student Union party, or the interview itself, both of which occurred 52 years ago. Even though Ben is the one on tape remembering the skit, and I still don't recall ever dressing up in overalls or in blackface, I will not deny what is the obvious. As such, I fully acknowledge with genuine remorse my participation in a skit like that back when I was a senior in college. You know, I'm sorry, Governor Ivey. Where is this, by the way?
Mississippi.
No,
Alabama.
Alabama. Alabama.
Why are you picking on Catholics in Alabama today?
Hey.
I gotta read this, man. I just got this. I gotta read
It
this.
just popped
I'm
up.
sorry that I gotta read this. This Catholic man says to God, what does $1 million years like to you? God says like a second. Catholic man says, what does $1 million like to you? God says like a penny. Catholic man says, can I have a penny? God says, sure. Just a second. Come on, it wasn't that bad. That was pretty funny, man. Thanks for that. That was pretty good.
No, it wasn't. It was terrible. Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. He is on one right now. What do you call a Catholic service that is very, very important?
Do I want to hear this?
Yeah, what do you call it, Dave? Any idea?
No, I don't.
A critical mass.
Boy, that is old as Methuselah.
What is funny, Dave?
It's old.
So what, Dave?
It's old. It's not funny. Do you remember when you first saw Abbott and Costello?
Okay, Dave, here you go.
Do you remember?
A priest was driving.
No,
gets stopped
no,
for
no,
speed.
no,
The state
no.
trooper smells alcohol on the priest's breath, and then sees an empty wine bottle on the floor of the car. He says, "Father, have you been drinking?" "Just water," says the priest. Fingers crossed. The trooper says, "Then why do I smell wine?" The priest looks at the bottle and says, "Praise be to God, he did it again." That's a good one right there, Dave. Oh my goodness. He said, "Just water, he did it again. He turned the water into wine." That's a good one right there, Dave. Ooh, man.
You done?
I'm hurt, man.
You done?
All right, go ahead.
I'm just checking now because, I mean, I know you're working on your stand-up act. You know, I don't want to interfere.
Oh, Jesus. Fine, Dave. Dave, you say your corny jokes, and I like your corny jokes. All of your corny jokes. All of them.
I don't have corny jokes. By the way, check this out. This is your president and AOC. Here's what your president said. And by the way, I'm the best thing that ever happened to Puerto Rico. AOC responds, 3,000 Americans died on your watch. You're not the best thing to happen to anybody but yourself. And even that's questionable.
Ooh. That's painful.
Ooh, boy.
That was hurtful, Dave.
Ooh.
Dave, I can't believe you pissed off at the birds. Why are you pissed at the birds? Dave, what you got against birds and Catholics?
I ain't gonna
What
have
you got
nothing-
against birds and
Hey,
Catholics?
I'm not gonna have
And Alabama.
anything against birds this weekend when I put them on the Barbie. I'm gonna let you know.
Oh, Jesus, Dave. Are you talking about killing birds?
I'm gonna eat some. Yeah, I'm gonna knock over some chicken wings.
So you know what? Well, something's always bothered me. So why people don't get mad about chickens? They're animals, right?
Some people do get mad.
Peter don't get mad about them.
Yeah,
I ain't
they-
never seen Peter boycotting a grocery store. An egg farm,
No.
chicken plants, chicken farms.
Well, I'm not here to defend Peter. Sorry.
You're a Peter guy.
Okay.
You're a Peter guy. You're a Peter. You're a Peter.
Okay.
You're a Peter.
Stop before you go too far.
You're a Peter guy.
Have you been sipping before the
You
show?
are a Peter guy.
Have you been sipping before the show?
I know a lot of Catholics are Peters.
I'm gonna. I think I'll make red beans and no, I think I'll make some shrimp and
Whatever
grits
you
this
make,
week.
Peter's gonna give you a call on.
Yeah, I gotta go up to K Hall. I gotta give me some underweed. What is wrong with you today? Folks, I'm sorry. You know, I have Robert on here to try and make sure that we have, you know, some lucid conversation. And today, if I didn't know better, you know, as Opie used to say back in the day, he got his snoot full.
So, what kind of underwear you gonna get from K Hall? I didn't know K Hall sold underwear. I used to get my underwear from Target. Either Target or I'll get it sometimes from Walmart. But if I go to Dillard's and they have some polo underwear on sale, I'll get it there. When did K-Hall start selling underwear? What colors? And do you have like a color you like more than another color? I mean, because I don't care. I just like underwear that fits. I don't really care. I like boxer briefs, by the way.
I like going commando.
You go commando?
Now,
No.
I said
No, Dave.
I said
Dave.
undo weave.
So is that the French way to say underwear?
No, that's a French pepper sausage. It is a Cajun sausage, to
It's
be
a sausage.
precise.
It's a sausage, huh? You eat sausage, Dave? My friend Dave's a sausage lover. I didn't know that.
And I make my own sausage as well.
This is too easy. I can't do it. This is just too easy. This is just way too easy.
You are
Dave,
acting
this is just way too easy.
You are acting really sophomoric today.
Dave.
You really are.
Well, coming from a guy who plays with a sausage, I mean, that's what I expect to hear.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I apologize.
Oh, you should.
Okay.
You should apologize. We do not need you playing with your sausage in your underwear.
Listen, go.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh,
Is it over yet? We got about 2 minutes. Please hurry.
Oh, gee whiz.
Hurry up, 2:00.
Oh, gee whiz.
By the way, Monday's Labor Day. We're going to be off Labor Day. At least I am. Rob could come in and do a show himself.
No, I'm good. I don't like doing a show without you.
So
I don't like doing a show without you decoding.
I hope you all enjoyed Labor Day. Hope you have a nice evening. And you might see me on a lake somewhere fishing. Hey, if you fish, you might want to call me up and let me come fish in your lake. I didn't mean
Dave!
Stop.
Take your sausage?
Stop.
You can take some sausage?
No,
No sausage?
no.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I thought you take some sausage and go over there and go fishing.
No. So, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Robert is trying out his new material. He's gonna be on someone's stage here real soon. I'll support him. I'll sit in the back and heckle him. Get off the stage, you bum!
Yeah, I know that'd be you right there. Oh my goodness.
But I really do hope y'all have a good weekend.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And be safe. And whatever you do, man, don't drink and drive because there are a bunch of fools out there.
If you do, make sure you tell them God done did it again.
Is that your quote for today?
No.
Okay, you mind?
Oh, my quote. Yeah, you need my quote, don't you? Hey, spend money in your own community. If you don't, nobody else will. Peace.
Just know they'll hire one of us to kill one of us just to say it was one of us. Y'all have a good day. Well, that's a deep quote right there.
It is. They'll hire one of us to kill one of us just to say it was one of us. Whew, shoot.